everybody. Please go ahead and sign in. Let me drop it in one more time. All right. So we got the Visionary Summit coming around the corner. And as you can see, Sergio's been working on some new graphics. So thank you, Sergio, for that. Looking very cool. I like the look. So we go to the link here, and that link will take you to the document that has all the 10-minute talks that we have going on. I think we're about halfway there for folks that want to talk. So if you're interested in it all, please sign up on that. And all the talks will be pre-recorded. So don't worry about anything weird on that front. If you do a 20-minute talk, we can go in and edit it, clean it up before it goes out for the Visionary Summit at that level. And it doesn't have to be anything specific around Ortelius itself. It can be anything around microservices or GitOps. It's up to you. Also, I don't know if this closed yet, but we do have an issue for our GitHub on the GitHub repo for our community rewards. Tracy, you need to turn down your mic a little bit.
I was just gonna say, I thought
I
you
don't
were at
understand
like
what's happening.
I thought you were at a football stadium.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening.
Should be the announcer at like American football.
Yeah.
Sounds
exactly.
Good.
So Sergio has created a new project for you in GitHub. And that's trying to get us reorganized on how to find issues and work to work on at that level. So it's a work in progress. There's some fun to it. Let me go to the projects. Our galaxy battle here. So just been trying to reorganize the different issues that we have out there into the different, I don't know if we have any weapons yet, a couple. So if you're looking for something, this is the place to go. It has things a little more categorized better, things that you can pick up at that level. And we're not really good at this at the tags yet. So it's a work in progress, whether it's going to be a bug or co-coding or good first issue. But please go out there, grab something, go ahead and assign yourself to it. We're not real strict on or strict at all about picking up issues and assigning them, those type of things. So please go ahead and go out there and grab an issue to work on. So there's skill up days for the DevOps Institute. If you're interested in presenting there, hit that link and get picked up for that. Also, the DevOps Institute will have throughout the year a bunch of different skill up days that you can participate in. And also, if you're interested, you can become an ambassador for the DevOps Institute and work that front as well. So good exposure over there on the DevOps Institute. KubeCon Spain. I believe Brad's is going. I think he has a presentation, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yes. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep, we still get an echo of me though.
Okay, well, I'll just say quick. Yes, Brad's doing one. He's first.
All right, cool. And then Tracy on CDCon, what did you find out on that front?
Not much. We have a panel discussion and we have one presentation. Don't know who is in the panel and I don't know whose presentation.
So did anybody get a confirmation that they got accepted? There was an email that was being sent out.
I got rejected.
You got accepted? Awesome.
Rejected.
You got
You
rejected?
haven't.
I
Oh,
got
you
re-
accepted.
No.
Did you get
That's
rejected?
awesome. Awesome. Well, they're
Accepted.
gonna-
I have
Is
No,
it
no,
thumbs
start
up or
again.
thumbs down?
Yeah, accepted.
down.
Thumbs down.
Oh, man, they don't know what they're missing, man.
Yeah, I got a thumbs down too.
I got a thumbs down too. So we don't know who's speaking.
But I don't know. Probably they just hate us. I don't know.
They're scared of us because of the alien. Yeah, they're like worried.
But we do know that there's a panel discussion and a single person presentation. We don't know who yet, so we'll have to find out more about that. This is where you guys caught me when the meeting got started. So we've been having a couple co-coding events around the Helm charts. That's been moving along. I've been working on them over the weekend. That's why you see a lot of the build notifications coming across. I think I figured out some of the issues that we're having and when we restructured the directories. So that should be sorted out. Brad McCoy is going to be doing a weekend mini hackathon around Captain. So I don't have a time frame yet. I know he's been working on with the Captain team. So if you're interested, please reach out to him, or if you can't get in touch with him, let me know and I can make sure that you're in the loop. I don't know the time zone that they're going to be working from, that most of them are going to be online, but I know he's planning to do it over a weekend. So that should be fun. Should be interesting to learn how to plug Captain, how to get Captain working. There's some things I thought came out of the box like a Docker build, but Captain out of the box doesn't support a Docker build, believe it or not. So you actually have to code, I think they call it a runner to make that happen. So in-depth under the hoods for Captain will be part of that. We've taken care of that. The next thing on the architecture, we did submit for the XRPL grant. And we have, I believe, Utkarsh. And I can't remember. I think it's those two folks are working on it. I can't remember. Or is it you, Joseph? I know there's a couple folks that are interested. I'll leave that off for now. There's issues out there.
Yeah, I think it's Joseph.
Yeah, I'm working on the blockchain aspect, but not the grant, just so you know.
Right.
You know that Joseph is from Ghana. It's the second person from Africa.
You're going to take over on us.
We finally have some extra representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, please reach out on the Discord channel. Let folks know that you're interested, and we'll get everybody paired up on the part to work on. So there's two main pieces. One is the blockchain piece, and Utkarsh is taking a look at that, and Joseph is looking at the NFT, which is based on IPFS, which is the Interplanetary File System. If everybody wants to know what that stands for. So those are kind of like the two branches, and we're going to put together some POCs, just some base samples of getting them running independently, and then the next step will be to bring the two pieces together to kind of back up what we're doing. And the concept that we have around the blockchain is we are interested in storing all of our versioning. So when we create a new component version, new application version, those would be stored into the blockchain and the NFT as part of that. Also, we're going to have some work around a graph database. Let me see if I can spell it right. Google can't keep up with my. So there's a open source graph database that we're going to be using for backing the blockchain, and a project that Aisha is working on, which is called LibYears. So if you're interested in learning a graph database, let me know, and I'll help you get started on that front. There's a couple issues out there as well on that front. So basically, the Rango DB allows us to store JSON. It's like a MongoDB. It's like a document store. We'll be able to put our JSON snapshot of our application version into the graph database, and that'll give us a way to quickly query the relationships in there. And because the blockchain is going to be every time, because it's immutable, you have history. So every time you make a change, you get a new version of the NFT, which ends up as a new record in the graph database. The graph databases allow you to do high number of relationships and compute and traverse them very quickly. So a million record search happens sub-second as part of the graph database. Just a shout out again to Sergio and Sasha for getting us into the crowdfunding and being our first donors. We're up to what, $22 or something like that, or $23.
You have to mention that I'm the top donor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Session.
And Sergio
Exactly.
is a top donor.
I'm second. Exactly. Sitting. Sergio just pipped me there by $1.
So I'm gonna outdo both of you and put an extra penny on.
We were trying to start like we were trying to rally to rally the troops in the channel, but it was very silent. We were like trying to, I was trying.
I've been so sidetracked with the blockchain stuff that is on my to-do list to get it in and get a donation out there. The crowdfunding will be directed all the way back to the project. So the way the Linux Foundation has it set up is it's set up for our specific project. We could use it for swag. We could use it to pay people to program. There's a lot of things that crowdfunding can be used for. We did, as part of the XRPL grant, we did put in there for it to go to the Linux Foundation into our crowdfunding bucket. So we asked for 75,000 as part of that grant. Let me just go up there. And that would be that 75K, if we get awarded that, would be to help do the programming behind it to make everything happen. But we still do need to get the POC out there, because that's one of the things they look at from a grant perspective is, have we started working with XRPL yet? So that's what I had on my list. I'm sure I'm missing something. So does anybody else have anything that I'm totally spacing on?
Well, I must say, I was like playing around with the rest of the tools of Linux Foundation. I think the more interesting one are the one side of security tools. They have like two tools. One is for like getting the badge about security foundation, where you can get a scan and have like it scanned and tell you like an inform that points out what you made and what do you not made to improve and get the badge. I think it's really nice. There is a lot of work to do. I ran into one of my private repo. I didn't get much luck. I think there is a lot of stuff we don't do by default. So we can start with that. And in other side, there is a bot. There is a security bot that you can install into your project. I don't know if all your project or some repos, but still there is some more actively review on what we are doing. So maybe the bot can help to improve into the security badge. So I'm going to ask for the permission. Usually, Steve, if you see like one request about permission to get access to Revo, it's just because of that.
No problem.
I need to ask it on regard of Ortelius, because I don't have the ownership. The last thing I've been looking, I watched the mentorship tools. Is interesting, but one big surprise is like the 90% about the mentorship programs are related with Hyperledge. So I have to say, like, blockchain is really hot inside the open source. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like people around all the world just doing mentorship around Hyperledge. So guys, if you have the Linux Foundation Hyperledge course, just do it, because there is a lot of demand on that. Finally, I'm look up about there is a tool to like administrate or organization like enrollment. It's not just like the easy class, it's like more for getting more, I don't know if the word is control, but at least like more transparency about the organization and the member enrollment. So I think it's the last one. I'm going to give it a shot. But I have to say that well, we know that we are short in times, but I think I'm going to continue pushing the security side. I think that's going to help a lot, even if we are like using blockchain and we have like the security badge. I think are like huge accomplishments for the people to get involved and think like, hey, this guy's like at least has this. They met some requirement that I think it's not that common.
Right. I know when we go to move from the incubating stage to the graduated stage, that we have to have meet certain security levels. So this is great work that you're doing, and just make sure that we get issues created about what we need to fix on the security front with our code.
Yeah, I'm going to group up everything that is like points out to the goal of the security, I don't know, standard or something like that. I will think about a pretty nice name.
Yeah. And then I know some of, once we get that list, some of the stuff that's in the Ortelius repo is like demo repos for like the hipster store that we may need to exclude from the scanning, but we'll have to see how they're popping up.
Yeah, just let me start it, and we will be working with anything that comes up.
Yeah. And those are those security fixes that show up are usually just simple changes that we need to do down at our Docker build level, you know, like bumping the Alpine version or including a certain package. So they're not hard, so they're good first issues to take on as part of that process. So if you see security issues in the GitHub issues list, please pick those up and give them a go.
And there is a lot of other recommendations that are really simple. Like, for example, you need like README file in an inclusive language and by default in English. So it's pretty much something like, I don't know, pretty much everyone can do it. So there is a lot of recommendation about like order, categorization, and naming conventions and stuff like that. So yes, it's super like open issues to inclusive issues for saying some way.
Yeah, definitely. And there's some, I know there's some repos that need the branches renamed over to main. You know, there's things like that. So please just raise your hand and we'll get to working on those. There's a lot out there, so don't be shy. Cool. Thank you, Sergio, for looking to all that. I know it's the Linux Foundation can be tough to navigate. All right. Anything else from anybody? All right. One last thing, Sergio. Nice job from your Red Hat recognition.
Oh, thank you.
That was very cool to find out that your team was able to pull that together for the COVID solution.
You know what is sad? That I wasn't directly involved on this project, but the first project, it was like the first ever Open Innovation Lab doing remotely, and was from Latin America, and I was on that project, but the customer never signed out to do like the marketing, like the exposure. So we have to wait until this one just to make all this over. But the funny thing is, like, we will have like a pre-project before this one that it was equally success, but we just couldn't show up.
Right.
But at least at some point it happens, so that's good. That's great.
Oh, and one last thing that's thinking of that, getting the word out. Does anybody know if Sime has the next podcast or folk person lined up? I know he was trying to reach out to somebody, and I can't remember if he ever was able to get that taken care of. Tracy?
Yes, he has 2 people lined up for the next couple months. He's got a person from Microsoft who's been doing a work around microservices, and then he's got Victor Farsick on GitHub. So I think he is good for the next 2 months.
Cool. Oh, and one of the things that's on my to-do list that is kind of around the co-coding that we've been doing is doing like a state diagram of the GitOps and the Helm charts, because I know there's a lot of connecting the dots in the GitOps world, and trying to get the sequence down and what happens where can be, you scratch your head. So that's on my to-do list to get out there to help visualize what's happening in the GitOps world.
Yeah, like last architecture meeting, when you were like explaining like all the work, I have to say I really get lost at some point. I'm not like, I don't like very much like doing diagrams, stuff like that, just because long living doesn't exist. Like, just like tomorrow is going to be like desynchronized. So maybe on this to-do list, maybe we can just start working with Kiali or something like that, just to have like something that brings the match into some visual way to see how this works. Because tracing is one thing that, yeah, you see like a sequential map, but Kiali at least is really graphical, and I think maybe can be easier than doing diagrams like every week.
Yeah, well, there was a plugin that I found from another team. It's called Mermaid JS that will do diagrams inside of GitHub. So I'm going to see if we can enable that for our documentation and our GitHub repo.
Yeah, we need something like that with less work and more graphical stuff.
Yeah, it's so basically you just type in words your diagram and it'll put a pretty picture out there.
Great. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah. I don't want to sit there and draw lines like Sasha did. He spent hours on that.
we need more Sashas. We need that.
I learned
a lot,
maybe 20
Yeah,
more.
we'll scale it that way. We'll just replicate Sasha.
Yeah,
I like doing it though because I learned a
Sasha.
lot. But geez,
Yeah.
it was long. Yeah, we need to automate it.
Yeah.
Automate everything.
Anybody else have anything? All right, cool. Well, the time's coming to the end here. Thank you, everybody, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Okay.
See you.
cheers,
Have a
everyone.
great day. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.